Alright. People keep asking me, what questions should be asked in court? Well, I keep telling them to go look at Marc Stevens. Watch his videos. He says the same questions over and over and over and over and over and over again. He tells you the same questions over and over and over again. The most damning questions. First is, do you believe that the Constitution and statutes and codes and laws or whatever apply to me just because I'm in this physical location? And most bureaucrats say yes. I believe that the Constitution and laws apply to you because you're in Arizona, Mark. Because you're in Arizona, Mark. Do you have any facts to support your belief that there is such a thing as what you call Arizona? Well, it's the landmass. Well, what is it? You know what I mean? What is it when you go to court? So you're talking to these fucking lunatics. You gotta ask them the right questions to get them to back off you. You're not going to go in there if you're driving while license suspended or driving without a license, without tags, or whatever crazy bullshit you're doing. You're not going to go in there and say, I have the right to travel. You just made a claim. See, the thing is they made the first claim. Their first claim is that their laws apply to you. That's the first claim in that court. Subject matter jurisdiction says that they got to have facts to prove that they have jurisdiction over you, that their laws even apply. So why would you say, well, I have the right to travel? You are wrong. Well, now they're going to say, prove it. Because now you're making a claim. So just leave the claim on them. They're making the claim that the laws apply to you, so they're making the claim that the state exists, so they're making the claim that they're representing someone. They're making a claim that they're a legitimate system. Not. If you ask the right questions, they will expose themselves, and they'll have to back off. Will they always back off? No. You're dealing with criminals. Absolute and utter criminals. So, some of the questions that first come to my mind is, if I were in a court situation, I would say, is it your belief that the Constitution and laws of the state apply to me? Just because of my... first I might ask them if they believe they apply to me. Then I'd ask them, do they have any facts to show that they apply to me? I would also ask, who pays the judge's salary? That would happen to be the plaintiff if they answer truthfully. Then I'd talk about conflict of interest real quick, about, judge being paid by plaintiff. That's a conflict of interest, isn't it? Okay, well... And then you just keep going, and you go down the line. You ask the freaking DA. You know how they're part of their propaganda is the thing where they're like, you have the right to face your accuser, and the state is most often the alleged accuser. The state magically filed documents, because I don't know how the state grew hands or anything, but anyways, Mickey Mouse filed some claim against you in the court, and now you gotta ask them, hey, when was the last time you even spoke to Mickey Mouse? Do you have any facts to prove that you have a client? Oh, no? Okay, so the judge is being paid by the state. The state cannot be proved to exist, because you're telling me you're going to end up hearing one of two things. It's either the land or it's a body politic. which is also known as a corporation as far as I understand. All incorporated bullshit. The land. Okay, so the land. Okay, so now you're telling me the dirt is complaining against me and the cop is the witness. Right? The cop's the witness against me and the dirt is the one that's complaining, and somehow the dirt is going to come in here and sit on the stand and testify against me. Okay, so... Oh, it's not the dirt, it's the body politic. Well, that's another thing. That's even more fictional than the dirt. At least the dirt's real. We know the dirt ain't going to complain. So you touch on all these topics, and you just go back around. Wait a minute. And if they say, you know, there's Marc Stevens put out a video about the unsigned plea of guilty. He reads it out to you so you can actually write it up yourself. And if you know how to make a basic little document, you can use it. It's really easy. So if the judge says, I'm going to enter a plea of guilty on your behalf, say, wait a minute, are you my lawyer? Are you practicing law from the bench? I object to that. And I actually intend to plead guilty here now if you can prove, if you could show me facts to prove that the Constitution and laws apply to me. Specifically. Who, what, when, where, and how, and why do those laws apply? That's all it is. You're just going to ask question after question after question, and if you're like me, you don't sign shit. You don't sign anything. You're not going to plea bargain. You're not going to pay them. You're not going to do anything they want to do unless they threaten you. Like if the judge says, if you say another word, I'm going to hold you in contempt. Then you better be fucking quiet until the judge says, are you going to answer? You know, they want you to talk. You say, well, is it safe for me to speak now, or are you going to throw me in jail? Is it safe for me to speak, or are you going to throw another fit and threaten me with violence and kidnapping? You know what I mean? These people are nothing but criminals. That's all they are. That's all they are. Every fucking cop you see drive by is a goddamn criminal. Every actor pretending to be a judge is a criminal. Prosecutor, criminal. Lawyer, criminal. Governor, criminal. President, criminal. All the whole government. All they're doing is forcing you under threat of violence, kidnapping, and even death, bodily harm, loss of property, yada yada yada, all these other crimes go on that they do to you so that you will obey. And y'all need to stop obeying and start asking some fucking questions. Now listen to this real quick. This is perfect short video of a bureaucrat and Marc Stevens having a conversation and just trying to get a straight fucking answer. I don't know how you feel about it, but I like getting straight answers. I don't like motherfuckers beating around the bush. And tell you what, kids and wives do not answer straight. It's a pain in the ass trying to talk to them sometimes too. They're like bureaucrats. But listen to this motherfucker. This biatch. Anyways, that'll be it.
Hello.
Hi, can I talk to Marc Stevens, please?
Speaking.
Hi, Marc. This is calling from the Minnesota Department of Revenue. What can I help you with today?
Well, thanks for calling back. I'm assisting Mr. on regarding this letter you had sent. It was an information request, and you're making a claim that Minnesota law applies to him. So my question to you would be, what evidence do you rely on to prove that just because he's physically in Minnesota that your laws apply to him and you'd have any
Minnesota statutes, laws do apply to him, and I will not debate that fact with you.
Oh, no one's debating. I asked you a question. Just what evidence?
I'm not going to answer the question either.
Oh, well, let me write that down. So you're not going to you're not going to disclose what evidence, if any, you rely on to support your argument?
I am relying on Minnesota statutes to support my claims.
Okay, my question though was that you're so I get your position correct here. I'm asking you for the evidence, if any, that your argument, the laws apply to him because he's physically in Minnesota, is based on, and you're refusing to make such a disclosure.
That's correct, sir.
All right. Well, let me just refusing to disclose. Do you have a good faith reason to refuse to disclose?
Sir, the Minnesota statutes, in my opinion, are the law, and that's what our facts are based on. If you choose not to believe that, or if Mr. doesn't believe that, then he has the right to file an appeal.
Okay, pause for a second. I gotta interject. Now, did you hear these key words? If you choose not to believe, if you don't believe, if it blah blah blah, I believe, it is my opinion. Do you hear those words? Believe, belief, opinion. Mark is asking for facts, and she says, well, it's my opinion. Okay, obviously it's your opinion. It's all you bureaucrats' opinions. But do you have any facts? Well, if you don't believe that the statutes are the law, then you're just a lunatic.
I understand. I get that. We're trying to just see if you're coming at this arbitrarily, or it's it's just your opinion.
No,
or
sir, I'm not.
Let me finish speaking. Just trying to determine whether it's arbitrary or not. If it's not arbitrary, and it seems to was that your position, your argument that the laws apply to him because he's physically in Minnesota is not arbitrary?
No, it's not.
Okay, could you please disclose to me then the specific facts you rely on to prove that your laws apply to him because he's physically in Minnesota?
Sir, I don't have an answer to that, and I'm not going to continue this conversation with you.
Don't have an answer.
Okay, I don't have an answer for you, and I'm going to hang up on you.
Well, no, don't hang up. That's kind of rude.
Sir,
you don't need to do that. I'm just asking questions, ma'am.
Sir, I am telling you that I'm going to hang up.
You don't need to do that, though.
This conversation is over.
Well, who's your supervisor?
Bureaucrats. Gotta fucking hate them. You know, it's a shame, because back in the day, we used to hang those motherfuckers and leave them downtown to rot for 3 days as a warning to other people not to be a douchebag bureaucrat. Anyways, I hope that helps, because I don't know of any better way to explain it. And I can't just get on the computer when people want me to be on the computer. I just use it once in a while when I'm making a song or whatever. And I'm about burnt out on this fucking legal shit. I made every freaking video I can almost think of anymore. I mean, it's pretty much cut and dry. If you want to fight the court, you better freaking check out Mark Stevens' shit. He charges $25 for his documents. They are on point, and all you need to do is learn the same questions that he asks these bureaucrats over and over.